Rabotai Yekarim, this is the parasha that not only talks about future horrible events like Gog and Magog. This is the parasha that you will find all of the secrets of the Holocaust. The word HaShoah in this parasha. The word Hitler, Yimach Shemo, this parasha. Eichler, gas chambers, all the horrible things you could possibly imagine and not imagine that Am Yisrael has gone through, this parasha. Parashat Nitzavim talks about the mitzvah of doing TeShuva. Do TeShuva, Am Yisrael. There's a covenant between us and HaShem Yitbarach. But if you say, Shalom yeh li, I'll be fine, I don't need to do TeShuva, I'll do as I see fit, Hashem will not be willing to forgive him. A person that says, no, I'll be fine, I'll just do my own thing, says that person loses their right to do TeShuva. Such is the punishment, as harsh as it sounds. Now, here it says several times, V'shavta ad Adonai Elohecha v'shamata bekolo. You will return to Hashem your God and listen to His voice. And then again it says, Ki tashuv el Adonai Elohecha b'chol havecha v'chol nafshecha. When you shall return to Hashem your God with all your heart and all your soul. Meaning, do TeShuva. What's the problem? But here it also talks about Shemitah. Meaning that a big part of our TeShuva has to do with our money. To such an extent that the din that put Sodom and Gomorrah at the status of no longer having a right to exist was because they passed a law where you're not allowed to give tzedakah. You're not allowed to host guests. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Miberdichov, when he became the head rabbi, he told him, listen, don't call me until there's a chidush. Meaning, don't call me for things that you know the rule for. Only call me for things that are important. One day they call him and say, listen, for the Rav, we need your judgment on we need your deen on this. There's a meeting. He goes, what's the deen? What's the problem? What's the question? He says the community is tired of all of these poor people coming to collect money from them door to door, so we want to make a special section just for the poor people, one day a week, instead of bothering everybody every day. He says, didn't I tell you not to tell me something that's old? I told you only new things that you don't know. He goes, what, for the Rav? This is new. It's a new law. He goes, no, this is the law of Sodom and Gomorrah. You wanting to shortchange the poor people? This is Sodom and Gomorrah. The parasha that has to do with TeShuva, Rabotai Yekarim, says that it has to do with our money. Now, for all of those that like to talk about Mashiach, you should know that the very next parasha, Parashat Vayelech, also talks about Shemitah. Continues. In Parashat Vayelech, it says, Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of the 7 years, at that time of the sabbatical year, during the Sukkot festival, when all of Israel will appear before Hashem, your God. Again, it reminds us of the Shemitah again. But then it says, Hashem speaks to Moshe Rabbeinu. It says, behold, your days are drawing near to die. Meaning, give him your last drasha, your last message. Last parasha, you told him do TeShuva. This parasha, you remind him, I'm telling you, this is your last speech. So Moshe Rabbeinu says to them, Hashem appeared in the tent of the pillar of the cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood by the entrance of the tents, and Hashem told Moshe, behold, you will lie with your forefathers. But this people will rise up and stray after the gods of the foreigners of the land in whose midst is coming. And it will forsake me and annul my covenant that I have sealed with it. My anger will flare against it on that day, and I will forsake them, and I will conceal my face from them, and they will become prey, and many evils and distresses will encounter it. It will say on that day, it is not because my God is not in my midst that these evils have come upon me, but I will surely have concealed my face on that day because of all the evil that it did, for it had turned to other gods. So now Hashem tells Moshe, in essence, this is the prophecy of the end of the days. This is what's going to happen with your people. You're going to give them your last lecture just so you know, whatever they're doing now is good, but one day they're going to go and they're going to go against me. They're going to go against me, and they're going to go against me to such an extent that I'm going to conceal my face. I'm going to let the enemy overcome them. It's a prophecy of the future. It's not happening right there and then. It's a prophecy of the disastrous wars. Now we talked about tshuva. We talked about how tshuva has to do with money and shmita. It continues with shmita in this parasha, and then it says, wait, by the way, if you don't do the tshuva that I talked to you about originally, if you don't start treating your money as a tool instead of an idol, if you don't stop loving your money like you love everything else in the world's insanity, and worship your money, this will happen. You will turn into an evil people, and you will forsake me. And what's the consequence? I'll hide my face from you. Okay, you hide my face from me. What does that mean? Rabotai Yekarim, this is the parasha that not only talks about future horrible events, like Gog uMagog. This is the parasha that you will find all of the secrets of the Holocaust. The word HaShoah, this parasha. The word Hitler, Yimach Shemo, this parasha. Eichler, parasha. Gas chambers, this parasha. All the horrible things you could possibly imagine and not imagine that Am Yisrael has gone through, this parasha. Why? Hashem says you have to do tshuva. Hashem says part of your tshuva is stop loving money. But if you don't, if you continue worshipping it, only bad is near. Eventually I'll take the money too, but that will be the least of your problems. That's what we see from this Mishnah, Rabotai Yekarim. Hashem is not joking. He's telling you that there is a very, very precise way to do tshuva. It requires us to break the negative character traits, to break away from false speakers, falsehood in general, midvar sheker tirchak. Ultimately, we have to disconnect from the material that we have. Not because we want to be poor or because we're going to become collectors in the streets. No. But because now we appreciate things for what they are. They're all tools. Tools for Hashem Yitbarach and the miraculous way that He runs the world. Once we realize this is just another tool, that Hashem runs the world and runs my life, then I'm going to treat it differently. If I see that money is a tool, it's easy for me to give it. If I see that money is a tool, it's easy for me to invest it into things that have to do with Hashem. I'm not going to spend 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 on the car, but when it comes to helping another Jew eat for the month, no, $100 is all I can do. Yeah, but you spend 50,000 on a car with 4 wheels that get you from point A to point B anyway, the same way as a $10,000 car. Why can't you give a woman that doesn't have any food more than $100? What's the matter with you? You like money too much. Oh, you're sick. Sorry. Hopefully you'll be cured. This Mishnah should cure you. This Mishnah should cure you. But, Rabotai, it's not an easy cure. It requires you to go through serious tshuva, think about it, meditate over it, give yourself some tests. Give yourself some tests. If it's hard for a person to give, the Rambam says a good solution that works over time is give to a little bit to a lot of people. That gets you used to giving. But always remember, you have nothing until you give it to somebody. It's not worth anything unless you're able to give it to somebody else. If everything is owned and is in your bank account, is in your house, it's meaningless. No one cares about it. No one's going to say a story about you about how much money you had after you died. No one cares. But they will say, oh yeah, you see that Beit Knesset? He built it. Oh, you see that Sefer Torah? He got it. Oh, you see that family over there with 25 people over there? Yeah, it all started with the one guy who did tshuva. He got him to do tshuva. He got him to do tshuva. That's what they're going to talk about in Shamayim. Nothing about here. Who cares about here? Here ends. Here, 2, 3, 4 generations, no one's going to know you existed, Bichlal. All those people that invest so much money into their buildings and their houses and their name and their reputation and their company and their brand. By the way, that synagogue that had your name on it, 2 generations after they took it off and they gave it to the next rich guy. 2 generations later, they took your name off the synagogue and they gave it to the next rich guy that remodeled the shul. 2 generations later, that building that had the university had your name on it, they took it off and gave it to the next rich guy. Why? What are you going to say? You're dead. No one cares about your opinion anymore. They spent your money. Yeah, but they agreed to do it forever. Yeah, I agreed with you, but now you're dead. Yeah, but we were friends, so? Friendship ended when you ended. Stop focusing on your brand and your reputation, all this shtuyot that people waste their life on. Stop trying to be rich with money. Start being rich with mitzvot, with meaning, with purpose in this life. The more you'll focus on that, the richer your life will be anyway. With or without money. But if you're only focusing on money, it doesn't matter how much you have, you will always be a poor little person. A poor nothing that no one's ever going to care about. Especially in Shamayim. Why? You have everything but nothing at the same time. It's like the people that run in a gym. They're running but they're not going anywhere. They're on a treadmill. 80, 90, 100 years you ran, you got nowhere. Why? You kept everything for yourself and now it's left and you died. You expired, the money stayed. All the buildings with your name on it, who cares? Now they took it off. They peel it off. Your business card is irrelevant. I got business cards that cost me $2, $3, $4 for one business card. You think that mean anything? Zero. I had a logo that was world renowned. Everybody knew my logo. Zero. Company at one point was worth $50 million. Zero. Reputation is zero. Zero. Rabotai, don't live your whole life pretending to be something that you're not. You have an opportunity to live a life. You have an opportunity to do tshuva and be a tzaddik or tzaddikah. That's worth something. That's worth a lot. If you can continue focusing your life on money and going to these fake people that tell you how to be more successful and make more money and make more money and make more money, then you deserve them. And they deserve you. Because you're both going to have the same warm place to share. The greatest investment that a person can possibly do is to invest as much as possible into Kiruv.
I urge you to open up your heart, open up your wallet, support this incredible cause. By donating, you're not only helping others, but you're also opening the door to divine blessings in your own life by really setting Hashem's children on the right track. Let's make a difference together, one person at a time. Thank you, and may Hashem bless all the sponsors and grow the Bezrat Hashem organization.